So I wasn't going to do an Ozzy video because when a celebrity dies, there's so many people who jump on that bandwagon and create videos or whatnot, just, try and take advantage of it. So I did not want to be seen to be taking advantage of Ozzy's death to try to get views. Hold on, I'm gonna close the door. The dog just left. But I was such an Ozzy fan for so many years. I could not do a video, if that makes any sense. I posted on Facebook today that I got into Ozzy probably when I was about 10 years old in 1983. And I don't know, I was in grade 4 or something like that, maybe grade 5. And school was starting, and we kind of line up. I went to Catholic school, and we kind of line up when the bell goes to go into school in the morning. My friend Chris was there, and he pulled out this record from his bag and said, "Man, check this out." And it was Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon album, which came out in 1983. And it's got Ozzy on the cover, dressed up like a werewolf. I thought it was so cool. My buddy says, "You got to check out the music on this album, because you think the artwork is cool, the music's even better." So he lent me the album, and I kind of tucked away in my backpack or my bag. I didn't want to show the teachers because, again, it was a Catholic school, so I didn't want to get it confiscated. And after school, I ran home and put it on our family record player, and I loved it. And that was about 1983, and ever since then, I've been a huge Ozzy fan. So to hear of his death today, my wife told me, I was working, and she phoned me and said, "Ozzy passed away." And I couldn't believe it. I said, "No." Because he just did that big concert, the Back to the Beginning in Birmingham, that pay-per-view. And I watched that whole pay-per-view. I bought it, and I sat there for like 9 hours. I loved every minute of it. Even the bad stuff. Even Axl. I loved it all. So I couldn't believe it. And I was devastated, man. I don't use this term lightly, but Ozzy was a legend. And there are not too many living legends anymore who accomplished as much as Ozzy did. And I saw him several times live over the years. He was always so happy to be there. Always so happy to be playing live. Ozzy kind of running on the stage. "Let the madness begin. Show me your hands. Show me your cigarette lighters." That stuff, man. It was so awesome. So Ozzy meant so much to me. So I could not do a video. So I thought I'd go through my Ozzy collection, show some records, and kind of talk about what I like about his records. So we'll start at the beginning. Where are we here? I got probably too many copies of Blizzard of Oz. But Blizzard of Oz is Ozzy's debut album. And man, I remember the first time I heard this, from the opening track of I Don't Know, and then Randy comes in with that riff. Man, face melting, so good. And of course, this is probably Ozzy's best known solo album. I Don't Know, Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, Suicide Solution. But nowadays, I prefer the deeper tracks on here. No Bone Movies, Revelation of Mother Earth, Steal Away the Night. But such a great album. But after that came, how many copies of this one do I have? Diary of a Madman. I think this album, still with Randy Rhoads on guitar, is probably, in many ways, his most underrated album. Because when people think of Ozzy's first couple of records and Randy, they always default to Blizzard. But in many ways, Diary was the superior album. Superior production, superior sound quality in many ways. Maybe more sophisticated songwriting. I love the opening track, Over the Mountain, Flying High Again, Believer. My favorite track on here is Diary of a Madman, the title track. It's basically a piece of classical music made into a hard rock song. Fantastic. What else do I have in my Ozzy collection? Got this bootleg, Ozzy Live, Montreal Forum, 1981. On the first tour. There's so many versions of this bootleg out there. I think it was a radio broadcast. Really good. Really good. Next up, oh man, this is the 30th anniversary box set for Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman. Overall, not the best box set, man. They tried to do what they could to feature rare or unreleased Randy Rhoads footage and audio, but there wasn't a lot. But still very cool to have, and hefty, man, hefty. It's got a couple records, a couple CDs, a Blu-ray, booklet. Good stuff. Ozzy Osbourne Live EP. In some places, I believe this was called the Suicide Solution EP. What I love about this record, it's got Mr. Crowley, You Said It All, and Suicide Solution. You Said It All is not available anywhere else, as it says here, previously unreleased. And it's live. I wish they had done a studio version of it, because that's a great song. I'm kind of curious about the history of You Said It All. I've always kind of wondered if it was a studio recording that they made it seem like it was live. I don't know. I don't know the history behind that song, but great EP and great track. You Said It All. Next up, Speak of the Devil, Ozzy Osbourne's live album from 1982. I got a few copies of it. What do I have here? Canadian copy open, my play copy, an original Canadian still sealed copy with the original hype stickers on it. All live, 2 records, low price, contains Paranoid, Iron Man, Children of the Grave, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and much more. So this is Ozzy playing Black Sabbath material exclusively live. There's a contractual obligation for him to do this album, but so good. This was my introduction to many of those Black Sabbath songs. And here's a Japanese pressing with all the bonus goodies. There's so many good tracks in here. I love the live version on here of Symptom of the Universe, Fairies Wear Boots. I mean, it's a classic from beginning to end. What else? Bark at the Moon. This, as I mentioned at the top, was the first Ozzy record I really ever heard. I still love it to this day. Bark at the Moon, Rock and Roll Rebel, even So Tired. It was a single off of here. It's kind of a ballad. Ozzy kind of disowned that song in future years, but I still dig it. Plus Jakey Lee, man. Great guitar player. Okay, got some 12-inch EPs. Speaking of So Tired, this is So Tired, Bark at the Moon Live, Waiting for Darkness, Paranoid Live, Suicide Solution Live. Those are with Jakey Lee. This is a Japanese album, The Other Side of Ozzy Osbourne. This featured live tracks with both Randy Rhoads and Jakey Lee. And then after that, we get into The Ultimate Sin. Again, I got a few copies of it. Here's my play copy, just an original Canadian pressing. Got a still sealed original Canadian pressing. Years ago, this guy was selling all these still sealed metal albums for dirt cheap from the 80s. I grabbed a bunch off of him. And when we were still dating, my wife bought this one for me. She bought it off eBay, a signed Ozzy Osbourne Ultimate Sin. But I'm pretty sure that's a forged Ozzy signature. But don't tell my wife. She was really proud of herself for buying this for me. So I'm happy to have it. Then, No Rest for the Wicked. This is when Zakk Wylde joins Ozzy's band. A lot of people really dig this album. I have to confess, this may be it's not my favorite Ozzy album. I never dug the production. I thought the songs were just okay. The song Bloodbath in Paradise, Fire in the Sky. Yeah, great songs. Miracle Man is okay. I don't dislike this album, but it's not one of my favorites. Original copy of Just Say Ozzy. I only recently found out that these live songs are actually recorded in the studio. It's an EP, so it's got Miracle Man, Bloodbath in Paradise, a good version of Shot in the Dark, Tattoo Dancer, Sweet Leaf, and War Pigs. This is cool because Geezer Butler is on this album, so it's basically half of Black Sabbath with Zakk Wylde and a guitar, Randy Castillo, and drums. Ozzy tribute, man. Growing up, I was such... Did I get these out of order? I have this. I'm not doing these in order anymore, so my apologies. I was such a huge Randy fan. So when this album came out in '87, I was like 14 years old. I grabbed it immediately. So good, man. So good. All right, I gotta go over here. Okay, let me think for 1 second. We went from, No Rest for the Wicked to No More Tears. This is an original pressing from, I believe it's from the UK. probably one of Ozzy's other, it's probably Blizzard and No More Tears are his most popular albums. It might be sacrilege to say, I don't know. I think this album, I was going to say it's overrated. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite, but many people say this is their favorite album, so I totally respect that. Some good tracks on here. You know, when Ozzy played, of course, Mama, I'm Coming Home at the Back to the Beginning farewell show, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house. And I gotta admit, I choked up a bit as well. I was watching with my wife Sherry, as did she. My favorite track on here is probably Hellraiser and Road to Nowhere. Then after that, oh yeah, so I got the reissue of No More Tears, the recent reissue. And then where did we go after that? Let me think for 1 second. No More Tears. Then we kind of get into some of the other stuff, which I don't have on vinyl. We got like the Live and Loud box set. This is the cassette one, which I bought back in the day. Not a bad live album. We also got the CD version of it. Osmosis. You know what? That See You on the Other Side version 2.0 unsigned box set. I've ordered it via Amazon Canada and via Amazon UK. None of them have arrived. I'm not sure if I will ever get it, but I'm still waiting, still hopeful. So I do not have this one on vinyl because it's the only other place, that's the only modern reissue of it is only available in that box set. But I really dig Osmosis. In some ways I prefer Osmosis to No More Tears. Perry Mason, I Just Want You. This is the first tour I saw Ozzy on, because Ozzy never came to my hometown. He was here on the Diary tour. Then he did not return to Winnipeg, as far as I recall, till this tour. So it was awesome, man. Perry Mason, I Just Want You. See You on the Other Side. Old LA Tonight. A great album. Great later day Ozzy album. Okay, I had 2 copies of that, I guess. Down to Earth. I might be missing one. I am missing one. Anyway, my mind's drawing a blank because it's been a full day. Down to Earth. Again, okay, later day Ozzy. Not one of my favorites. Gets me through. That's all right. Undercover. A CD of cover songs Ozzy did. This one never really did it for me, to be honest. But it may be something I have to revisit. What else do I got here? And a bunch of later stuff they put out. Ozzy Live. This is with Randy Rhoads. I think this was a record store day release at one point. Memoirs of a Madman. Compilation of Ozzy stuff. Ordinary Man. I'm going to revisit this one. I remember thinking it was okay, but not loving it. But I think now the lyrics on some of these tracks are probably more relevant than ever before, because lyrically Ozzy was talking about kind of the end and reflecting on his life, right? Which kind of, given his recent passing, it's probably more relevant than ever before. So I'm going to revisit that one. And Patient Number 9. Again, these last 2 never really grew on me, but if there was a time to revisit them, it would be now. And hold on 1 second. Okay, I knew I forgot one. In terms of the studio albums, the one I am missing and I don't have here to show you, well, there's 2 of them. Black Rain and Scream, which I have on CD and I forgot to pull off the shelves. Black Rain from 2007. I actually really liked Black Rain. In some ways, I thought it was a return to form for Ozzy. Black Sabbath-y in many ways, kind of doomy in some ways. And I know that's been reissued on vinyl, so if I don't get the See You on the Other Side 2.0 box set, I'm going to pick up Black Rain. And the other one I didn't show because I don't have it on vinyl is Scream. And Scream is another one of those that never really did it for me. I had every opportunity in the world to buy the record when it was a new release in 2010. I never bought it. So maybe it's something I should revisit. So yeah, man, through all this, what I'm getting out of this is that I'm going to have to revisit, spin some of the later day Ozzy stuff again and maybe get a new appreciation for it. But guys, 33 years Ozzy gone freaking sucks. It's hard to picture a world without Ozzy because he was always there, so enthusiastic, such a performer. Man, a huge loss for us all, though there will never be another Ozzy again. So, Ozzy, man, thank you for the music. Thank you for everything you have done for me and all your fans. And just got to say, man, rest in peace. 33ers, let me know what some of your favorite Ozzy albums are, some of your favorite Ozzy memories. Let's have an Ozzy discussion in the comments.